You guys hear me? All right. All right, everybody back now. Can you hear me this time? All right, you guys can hear me now, right? All right. So what happened was this computer, and it's still saying fucking update. It wanted to update Windows 10, and I told it no. And I pushed the button, and it just started doing it anyway. So it cut off the sound, it cut out everything. So we good now. So you guys hear me now, right? Okay. So let me go ahead and pick up where I left off, because believe me, I have this all locked in. So let me start off by saying this. What is my purpose here on YouTube? I don't know if you guys heard that part. What is my purpose here on YouTube? My purpose is to create content. That's what I am. I'm a content creator. Okay? 95% of the people that watch this channel, thank you, my boy Cisco. I appreciate that. Thank you for that $4.99 as well. Most of the people that watch my channel, 95% of the people that watch anything on YouTube could give a fuck less about what the content creator is, if they're a phony, if they're doing this or if they're doing that in their private life. All anybody ever wants to do is just watch the content. That's it. That's why they're here. Haven't we learned from the past? Think about it. I've learned a great deal since I've been on here. You guys have seen me through my ups and my downs. You've seen me be sarcastic. You've seen me be entertaining, comical, satirical. You've seen me do roasts. You've seen all these different things. But the one thing that I learned is when I dropped a video regarding, let's say, for example, Wes Watson, I bet you he didn't lose a single subscriber over that video. Although over 100,000 people watched that video, he probably didn't lose a single subscriber. Savage Studios, he's another perfect example. Sniffing around a Walmart, stalking somebody, exposing himself in a lewd and lascivious act in public. He went to jail for it. He had the whole case sealed up so that you couldn't read the contents of that case. Didn't faze him, didn't affect him in the least. He's still got a base of people that follow him. 1090 Jake gets in a fight with Pino. Then does a live and describes what Pino did to him, basically incriminating Pino in front of any law enforcement that could be watching. Nothing happened to 1090 Jake. OG Shadow Official. People have been on him talking about he's not really in Mexico. Look, here's his face. He's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. His subscribers have gone up. The Black Bigot or the Black Bugatti, which is not in the prison YouTube genre, but has a channel that talks a lot of shit. Countless women going online saying he's using everybody for money. He's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. Didn't affect him at all. He gets millions of views on his funeral, on his graveyard channel. So the point I'm making to you is all of this stuff where you get people that have actually live in YouTube land like as if it's the real world, right? It's the kind of people that obsess over musicians. It's the kind of people that obsess over WWE. We make content. I make my content based upon experience. I don't exaggerate. I don't fabricate nothing. I don't have to. I'm almost 47 years old. I have a lifetime of experiences to share with all of you and to turn it into colorful content that'll entertain you. But you have individuals that are all over the place trying to turn all these different people against each other. As if this is high school. As if these are children doing this. You got one guy in particular, and he claims that he's got a whole group of agents working at his disposal. He's not. He's a fucking coward. This person makes multiple accounts, disguised as other people. This guy makes channels. This guy has his own channel, but we're not going to talk about who he is, even though we all know who he is, guys. We all know who the person is. And believe me, at the end of the day, he's going to wish that he just took a step back and just enjoyed his YouTube experience instead of trying to overcomplicate things on here. By being jealous because your channel don't get any views. By constantly going after content creators. And yes, guilty as charged. I went after a couple of content creators. But see, I learned my lesson because it doesn't matter what I think about a content creator. It doesn't matter what I think about somebody else on YouTube. Nobody cares. That's the point. Nobody cares. So my only job here on YouTube is to create content. That's my whole purpose on here. You could watch it. You could like it. You could not like it. But for God's sakes, people, if you're a man, grow a set. Grow a set of balls. Stop taking your estrogen. Take care of that yeast infection in your vagina. And man up, bro. If you don't like the content, turn the fucking channel. But for any of you think that you're a crusader to like end the prison YouTube genre, you're never going to end shit because nobody cares what you have to say. You're wasting your time. There's nothing that you could put out there that'll do any damage to any of us. Nobody cares what you have to say. Now, if somebody asks me my opinion on a different channel, I'm going to give it to you. I may drop a video, discussing how I feel about it. But the one thing that you guys can know for sure about me is I will never personalize any of this stuff. I will never troll these people off of YouTube. I'll never make threats against their family. I'll never do any of that stuff. But let me tell you about this individual in question, this coward, this person that has no balls. This person has made sexual assault threats against an 11-year-old child. An 11-year-old girl this person has made sexual threats against. This person has gone the extra mile and gone on Xbox Live and was using profanity towards a 5-year-old child. This person has made threats of rape and murder against members of my family. This person has gone above and beyond to make this whole thing personal. And when it boiled down to the end, when it was me and this person face to face in an Instagram DM, I attempted to video chat this individual so they could be a man and show their face like a real G. But guess what? No face. All this person did was take a picture of some toothless redneck from God knows where he got this picture, some toothless fucking redneck, and tried to pass this picture off as if it's themselves. Then this person invited me to go on Skype. I went to Skype, and this person played a video, a pre-recorded video of the same toothless redneck. I don't know what he was saying because the sound was muted. He has no balls, and he has zero credibility with me. I have given him opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to show his real face and to basically put out a disclaimer saying, I will not scream racism. When I'm down on the ground, beaten in agony and in pain and disabled and crippled because JD stomped a mud hole in my ass, I promise not to say I can't breathe. I promise not to say hands up, don't shoot, and start crying racism. I promise to take my ass whooping like a fucking man. But this coward won't do that. He'll just keep showing pictures of some redneck somewhere. We all know who this person is. This person is psychologically unbalanced. This person has zero credibility. This person thinks they're a gangster, but they're really not. Because if you were, you would show your face and accept the challenge. That's why I told him, get at me on Instagram. Show me your face. Video chat me. Don't show me a video of you. Don't upload a video of somebody else and try to pretend that's you. Show your actual face like a man. Be a man. Show your face. He refuses to do that. So from here on out, people, it basically goes like this. These trolls will not be entertained on here any longer. And I'm telling all of you on this channel right now, when these individuals get into the comments and start letting their little vaginas start whistling and squirting, just ignore them. Let me handle the shit. I will take care of it for you. That's my job as a content creator. This person has no balls. Everything this person has tried has failed. This person tried to question my bank robbery. Show us the paperwork that says that I'm a snitch. Or better yet, since I got busted in the federal court, for all of you that have done federal time, you should know this. Every single motion regarding downward departures, every single motion or every single thing in order to get a lesser sentence for a rat that cooperated is all logged into Pacer. Pacer is the court's document center. Any of you can go on Pacer and you could look at my whole case, the United States versus Jason James Rutherford. Go check it out for yourself. You tell me if you see a 5K1 downward departure motion, because it's not there. This person tried to use my abuse as a 14-year-old child against me to weaponize sexual abuse against a child. Now, remember, I'm saying this. Sexual abuse against children. This person has weaponized. What does that tell you about this individual? Whether you believe me or not doesn't matter. But if you're going to make fun of sexual abuse of a child, you're a sex offender. That's what you are. You are a child molester. You're a chomo. Doesn't matter if you believe me or not. I don't care. I know what I had to live through. You didn't have to live through it. None of you on here had to live through that shit. It took balls and it took courage for me to get on this channel and talk about that with all of you. Now, if somebody wants to, I don't believe him because, he said this or he said that, and you put up a PowerPoint presentation. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and wave the little wand over here. Look at his face. Look at his eyebrow. Look, he's lying. You're a fucking retard and a fucking moron. That's what you are. You're a fucking dwelling in some fucking mobile house somewhere, a Gulf Stream. You live in a Gulf Stream that's plugged in. You're jacking power from behind the 7-Eleven. You're stealing free Wi-Fi from the Waffle House. You got no life of your own. So you want to make fun of somebody's sexual abuse as a child because you're a fucking bitch-ass coward is what you are. And you got no balls. And you want to create all these different profiles and try to turn all of us against each other. Well, newsflash, pal. Nobody cares about you. Now on to the next thing. Me and Sandman had a personal issue. Me and Sandman's personal issue has nothing to do with any of you. Nothing to do with you. It's none of your goddamn business. But people want to go ahead, these fucking pussy vaginas want to go and try to get Kenneth Shavely and Sandman all stirred up with emotions because they want to hurt me. And you're not hurting me. You're doing nothing to me, guy. Not a thing. Like I said, your move is to knock at the door. Be a man. Or basically get at me and tell me where you want to meet me at. And we'll handle this business. We'll see how big of a man boobs, fat, 5'7", weenie, wigger, whatever you want to call me. We'll see how much of a fucking lame that I am. When you're laying on the ground and I'm stomping you to death and you're begging me to stop, we'll see. Because I know what I'm about. What are you about? We don't know because you don't have the balls to fucking step forward. There was a beef with Sandman in OG Shadow. Guess what, everybody? That beef is between Shadow, and that beef is between Sandman and Shadow. That's their beef. Nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with any of you either. I think the problem with a lot of this is a lot of people just... You put too much energy into this YouTube stuff, probably because of COVID, probably because you're out of work. And I get that. I understand. Believe me, I understand, guys. I get it. We're going through some tough times. For half of the country, people are gripped with utter horror at this new presidency. The other half of the country is feeling a sigh of relief that the old presidency is gone. This country is completely divided along ideological lines, racial lines, and so forth. We are in a moment of history where the tensions are extremely high. And somebody like me is just trying to make entertainment out of all of this stuff. You could personalize whatever I say all you want. But let me ask you a question. If you are allowing me to get into your head and cause you discomfort, your best bet is to stop watching me. If I hurt you that much, if I trigger you that much, you shouldn't be watching this channel. Because the disclaimer is clearly put out. We do not sugarcoat on this channel. We are not politically correct on this channel. It's no holds barred and nothing is off limits. If you don't like that, move on. It's as simple as that. You want to question my manhood? You want to question where I did my time, how I did my time? I brought you one of my homies. Whether he's from California or not doesn't mean a fuck. He is a Sureño who did time in the federal system with other Sureños all over the country. That's all you need to know. He's an active homie. What do you guys want me to do? You want me to fucking get a Ouija board out here and channel Joe Morgan? I mean, it's just like, that's how silly it is. You can't just enjoy the content. Just enjoy the content or don't enjoy it or get lost. It's really that simple. I can't make it any more plain to you guys. So moving forward, many of you may get people coming at you disguised as me. People that are going after Nate Dogg 916 in my name, calling him racial names. Well, Nate Dogg knows that's not me. I just got hit up by Clown Loke today from Loked Out TV, asking me if this profile was mine. No, it's not. You guys should know good and well, if I create a new channel, if I create a new profile, I'm going to tell you guys about it. I'm not going to just show up one day, hey, everybody, here's my new channel. It doesn't work that way with me. But like I said, this kind of drama is little girls, little high school girls that have no life. Mommy and daddy didn't treat them life. Daddy probably wasn't even in the picture. Daddy probably didn't want to have nothing to do with them. But I got this. Since you're so obsessed with me, since you want to sniff my seat, I got this. Here are my dirty underwear from yesterday's job when I worked yesterday last night. Here's my dirty underwear, right? Pulled them straight out of the hamper. All nice and sweaty and crisp. They can almost stand up. It was a pretty rough work day yesterday. I will give you these underwear free of charge if you just show your face. You could sniff them. You could cuddle with them. You can have Big JD physically in your bedroom every single night if you would like. You're that obsessed with me. You can have my underwear free of charge. Just show your face. Be a man. You can have them. You could sniff them. You could cuddle with them. You could stuff them into a blow-up doll and you could paste a picture of my face on there and you can whisper sweet nothings into my ear. You could talk about pounding Nathan's hole and do all that stuff that you do all the time. But the bottom line is this. You will never stop me from putting out content, ever. I don't care what you come up with. You could Photoshop anything you want. You could create paperwork. You could do all these different things. But nobody's ever going to believe you unless you have an official government website. Or you have something official that has to do with me. And even still, nobody cares. Because I'm a content creator. I make content on YouTube. That's all anybody cares about. It's as simple as that. I mean, I can't get any more plain than that. So back the fuck up off of fucking people on here. And all of you, like I said, take it with a grain of salt. Go ahead, check out your comments. Clayton Hockaday, I'm looking at him right now. JH, I didn't fall off nowhere. Just been busy. Miguel Angel, you told me to stop giving into the bullshit. Well, let me know how you feel when people start sexually harassing your fucking 11-year-old relatives. And come back and tell me how you feel about that. Gregory Browning, they're not pissing me off. I'm just very passionate when I speak. Dopey Alvarez, let me know when somebody reaches out to one of your children and tells them they want to do sexual things to them, and then come back and tell me how you feel about that. Mass One, thank you for the $2. That's right. Pretty much, this is my channel. And a lot of comments in here. Clayton Hockaday, thank you for the $5. Been watching for a minute. Every episode is bomb. You got a collab at any time with Rojo or Flaco from a convict's perspective. Let me just tell you, I've actually talked to Rojo on the phone. I've talked to Rojo a couple times. What's all this hold for review shit? YouTube's got this new thing where it says hold for review, all these comments. All right, all the way up to the top. I pretty much spoke my piece, guys. For a lot of you on here that keep saying, oh, pay no attention to the trolls. Pay no attention to the trolls. Well, you come and tell me how you're going to feel when your child is sitting there on PlayStation or on Xbox and somebody starts telling them that they want to pound their hole. Tell me how you feel about it when your 5-year-old or your 6-year-old or your 7, 8, or 9, 10, or 11-year-old is sitting there watching TV. Or let's just say that your 11 or 12-year-old child is online and somebody's saying that he's going to cut her head off and rape her. You tell me how you feel about that. Come back and talk to me when that happens to you. Okay? Think for a minute, people. Think for a minute. Think clearly. Use your head. Use your thinking caps. How are you going to respond when people are threatening children in your family? You tell me, how are you going to feel? You tell me. Tell me, how are you going to feel? I'll be waiting for an answer. I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting for an answer right now. Where you at? Dopey Alvarez, do you care to comment on what you would say if somebody started doing that to your children? Anybody else want to make a comment about that? You tell me to pay no attention to them. And we do everything we can on this channel to not pay them attention. But when they're going on Xbox Live to verbally assault a child, let me ask you, how would you feel about that if that was your kid? If your kid is on there playing, I don't know what kind of games they play. Let's just say they're on there playing Super Mario Brothers World or the new Legend of Zelda. And then some jackass comes across the screen talking about he wants to pound their hole. How would you feel? How would you feel about that? What would you want to do to that guy? What would you want to do to that guy if you could find him? Eric Dravin, when it comes to children, I'm a survivor of brutal rape and sexual abuse. I'd love to destroy every child predator. Yeah. And Eric Dravin, how would you feel if somebody was constantly telling you that you're a liar, constantly telling you that you made up your whole story of abuse? You see how far these people are willing to go? This is how disgusting and how disturbed these people are. Exactly. You'd feel betrayed, right? So the point of all of this is that, like I told you guys, I've done everything in my power. Reaction Rookie, thank you for the $4.99. I've done everything in my power Dopey, I'm still waiting for you to give you your thoughts on what would happen if they did this to your children. Because I know somebody personally who got at me and told me that they reached out to him on Xbox and was talking to his child in this foul, offensive way. And he's not the only one. There's been other people that have told me this. They think this shit's funny, but I promise you this, guys. I promise you this. Trust and believe that it is only a matter of time. It is only a matter of time until all of this shit comes out in the wash. Believe that. Believe that when I tell you that. And this person will do everything in their power. This person will run and try to hide behind the cops. This person will try to crawl into the various crevices and cracks of the earth. But a day of reckoning is coming. Mark my words on that. It's coming. It's coming. Everything that they could possibly do to disrupt my life has been locked down. There's nothing that they could do except for get at all of you guys. Dopey Alvarez, that is a real deal talk right there. OG Scotty Blunts, thank you for the $10 in Canadian money. Yeah, he doesn't. Big boy, he has no idea. This person fucked up in a real bad way. Believe me. By reaching out to people's family members and stuff like that. And he could say there's 20 different people doing it, but it doesn't matter. He's going to be found. Watch. Mark my words, guys. This dude is going to be found. He's going to be found. Promise you that. It's only a matter of time. You could keep getting online and thinking that your VPN and your proxy server will save you, but trust and believe. Everything that you do on Google has a fingerprint. Even your VPN, all of that stuff. It'll tell your VPN. Here's what Google does. Here's why I try to stay away from Google as much as possible. Google, Maria, thank you for the $19.99. I appreciate that. Google will share with law enforcement what kind of VPN. So your VPN that you use, it will say what kind of company that it is. It'll say where it's coming from. Like if it's law enforcement trying to get into it, law enforcement will find you. How do you think law enforcement finds ISIS or finds Al-Qaeda or Hezbollah or any of these other people? You don't think they don't use VPNs and proxies and all that stuff? Yeah, you might disguise yourself in a VPN from somebody like myself or somebody like Sandman or somebody like Varsity Yuppie. But when you start harassing people's children, regular law-abiding citizen people, and you've been harassing their children, you don't think that that person's going to reach out to law enforcement? Just use your head and think about that. And it's already too late. They can't do anything to stop it at this point because everything has a fingerprint. Everything you do on Facebook, it doesn't matter what you're using. Facebook will know right where you're at. I don't care what you have. You could be bouncing yourself off of the fucking Starbucks Wi-Fi with a VPN backed up by 3 proxies, and on a dummy phone. You're going to be found. Sooner or later, you're going to be found. It's just as simple as that. Maria, no problem. Thank you for all the support you're showing me. Yep, exactly. Varsity yuppie, exactly. So this person, like, I mean, it's one thing to troll me. It's one thing to troll me. It's one thing to get in these lives and say stupid things, pound Nathan's buns, all that stuff that we hear all the time. But when you're starting to reach out to children and all these other people, dude, that's like fucking some of the greatest hackers in the world are in prison. How do you think they got put in prison? Because they got caught. Because they kept doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it all over the place. And they left all kinds of breadcrumbs. In the computer world, they're called breadcrumbs. Little fragments of data that all you got to do is piece it together and it'll lead right back to you every single time. Star Rojas, yes, they're threatening children. Some of them. This person is threatening the children of some of my followers and some of my family. Some crazy shit, man, I'll tell you. Did I miss any of your super chats? I don't see it. Travis Terlecki, how does this person know about your family members? Well, because I'm a social figure. I'm in the public eye. I have published 2 books, or 3 books actually. Sorry, I misspoke. Oh God, they're gonna fucking get me for that one. I published 3 books. I started a nonprofit organization. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. So somebody who's really trying to research me and really trying to find me, they'll find out who people are. Not only that, but my gamer tag on Xbox, I put it out there before so that you guys can game with me on Xbox. So somebody can go to my gamer tag, look at my list of contacts on there, and then they could start sending those people messages, of which that's what they did. Ron B, I like that. BLM, Biden loves minors. That's pretty funny, but disturbing at the same time. Yeah. So, guys, I'm glad that I was able to let all this out with you. Just trust and believe that we are not going to be discussing this shit anymore. That person was given the opportunity to show his face and to step up to my challenge for a one-on-one fight. They didn't want to take it. You know what I mean? They're just about as big as a coward as the guy at the gas station that was trying to bait me into a racial hate crime. That's what happened at the gas station. People were trying to say that I ran and all that stuff. No, I didn't run. But I'm a 47-year-old man who's a law-abiding citizen and a taxpayer now. You know what I mean? I'm not a gangster in the streets. So I don't need to prove nothing to nobody. The only thing that I'm going to do in a situation like that is I'm going to try to contain it and keep it from escalating, because I'm going to be the one that goes to jail, and you're going to see my face on the news on CNN saying, Trump supporter, right-wing, alt-right, Proud Boy, YouTuber, Prison Break Raw, busted for hate crime. That's what you would have seen if I would have fought that dude at the gas station. But instead, he couldn't throw a fucking punch. He tried to throw a punch, missed, tripped over the pump, and then I tried to contain him like, hey, man, take it easy, take it easy. And then him screaming, somebody call the cops, this guy's a fucking racist. Yeah, I'm not getting into that one, guys. Sorry. You guys could go ahead and do that all you want, but I'm not doing it. Outlaw barber? No, it wasn't a crackhead. It was just some dude who was in there with his girlfriend, and they were like blocking the way. And then I tried to go, I was like, excuse me. They were just ignoring me. So after that, after I said, excuse me, in a calm and polite way, I squeezed myself through them like this. And then they took it as being racism. They turned me into a racist, Trump supporter, MAGA hat wearing, Proud Boy, white supremacist, alt-right, fucking all that stuff. They turned me into all that with just that one move right there. And I ain't none of that stuff. Never got on here and said that I support Trump. Never said I'm a part of the alt-right, Proud Boys, or anything like that. I'm a libertarian. Through and through, to the fullest. Libertarians are not white supremacists. Libertarians believe in liberty. Live and let live is basically all it is. Yeah, exactly. It's what it is, man. Live and let live is the libertarian motto. We don't give a shit what your sexual preference is, what your race is, your religion, where you come from, none of that stuff. As a matter of fact, the two-party system of Democrats and Republicans, that's their calling card. That's their foundation in racism. Both those parties. You guys should know that by now. Trying to bait me into a racial hate crime. Trying to bait me into a hate crime. Really? Seriously? Definitely didn't bite, and I don't really care what anybody thinks. No, Rick James, that's not what I said. I said that I was in a bad mood because I lost my phone. My phone was gone for a couple of days. I wasn't even really paying attention to either one of these two people. Go back and watch the video again. God, that really irritates me when people don't pay attention to what I say. I said that I went to the back to get something to drink and I walked past them. They didn't want to get out of the way, so I squeezed my way through. That person was looking at me. That chick said something to him like, oh, racist much? And said something to him, and he was looking at me, and I looked at him. Yeah, sometimes I do look like I have a dirty look. I was having a bad day. So I looked at him. He said, what's up? And I go, what's up? And that was it. And then he followed me out. That's the whole fucking thing that happened. That's the whole thing that went down. It didn't even register to me like what these people even were, what their race was or anything. I just knew they were standing in my fucking way. And there was all these people in there because it's all social distancing and everybody's all spread out all over the store and blocking all the aisles and everything with all their masks on and all that shit. And I'm trying to fucking squeeze through just to get something to drink, for Christ's sake. Yeah. Yeah, it is some pretty petty ass shit. It's crazy. But like I said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one out because I don't really have much more to talk about. So from here on out, this is what I want from all of you. Okay, pay attention, guys. Stop talking to each other in the comments for just 1 second. Pay attention to what I have to say just real fast, okay? Real fast, just pay attention to what I'm saying. From this day forward, we will not be addressing any more of this trollery, all right? No more of these underwear sniffers that have a whole shrine set up in their house dedicated to me, waiting for me to make a mistake of the tongue so that they could do a PowerPoint presentation on me. None of that stuff. From now on, all those people are not relevant to the PBR family, to the PBR car. If you guys feel that you are being harassed by any of these people, or if you feel that this person or people are harassing your children or anything like that, then you should report those people to the proper authorities. Let your tax dollars handle those people. as a law-abiding citizen, as somebody who has done everything in their power to meet this person in a one-on-one fight and they didn't have the balls to do it, I'm telling all of you that I will think no less of anybody if you let your tax dollars deal with people like this. If they continue to harass you, if they continue to make profiles about you, document all of that stuff. Deal with them. And when it comes to these lives, right? When it comes to these lives, just ignore them. Like this piece of shit right here. You know what I mean? Just ignore them. Boom, like that. See? It's really that simple. All right? I got you guys' best interest at heart when it comes to these lives. And what really bothers me the most is the fact that these people are harassing you and your family. All right? So, in the future, we will not give these people any more space. Anytime they reach out to you, anytime that you see anything JD, Prison Break Raw related coming at you in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Xbox, just know that it's not me. And go ahead and delete it. Block them, report them, get rid of them. Okay? And from now on, we will not be giving these motherfuckers any more airtime. They've proven they have zero balls, zero heart, zero anything, integrity, respect, nothing. I did this live tonight to basically talk about all of this with you because I care about the PBR car. I care about all of you and your experience here. And I'm going to continue to do all that I can to keep the experience educational and entertaining. Okay? Any parting words from any of you? Any questions, comments, concerns? Anything at all? Okay. Love you guys to death. Remember that. Remember that always. Okay? I care about you. And the main reason why I'm upset, or not really upset, but a little irritated, is because these people are coming after you and your family members. I don't tolerate that shit. You got a beef with me? Bring it to me. Simple as that. Salute to all of yous, and I'll see you later.